everybody. Welcome to the SeeBiz podcast. Today we've got Mr. Yaseen, and we're going to learn exciting stuff from him for business. Welcome, Yaseen Bhai.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Yeah? How was your morning?
Oh, can't complain.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So I want to ask you, can you please give a brief introduction about yourself?
What do you want to know?
Brief introduction. Who are you today?
Who am I today? I'm just a small little businessman.
Okay.
I started with window tinting. We used to put film on the windows back in 80s. And then I started wholesaling the film. And then from there, I went into glass business, installing glass. And from installing glass, I went to manufacturing. We used to buy storefront to do our glass work, so I went and bought a glass business from another company. I got their dies, and I started making doors and wholesaling aluminum storefronts. And right now I'm also doing installation of aluminum doors, windows, glass, curtain wall, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's a brief introduction, but okay, let's dive into your original story. But how did it start? Who were you as a kid? When were you born?
I was born in 1952 in Pakistan.
Okay. How was your upbringing?
Yeah, I was born in 1952. We were 9 brothers and sisters. I went to school that was close to our home. We started from kindergarten. And in kindergarten, I used to teach my class.
No way.
Yeah. The teacher would tell me, you take the test, you run the class. So from that point on, I figured out I had the ability to lead.
Wow.
So, alhamdulillah, that's not something everybody can say that they were teaching in kindergarten and the level 1. So our school was kindergarten, then it was kindergarten school, and from there, when they grew, they bought a property, and they started up to level 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th, and 10th. They had up to 10th class. So we went to this school. It's called BMB, was Bombay Mehman Brotherhood.
Wow.
That was a school. So we used to have a bus that would pick us up from the kindergarten school, which was about 2 blocks from our house. We'll walk over there, take the bus, go to school. And over there, one thing was very good that I still appreciate, that they will make us pray Zuhur and Asr Salat in the school. In congregation, the whole school has to pray. And sometimes some kids will stay behind for sports. We used to play badminton or any game that you play, but if you are there, then you have to pray Maghrib also before you leave.
Wow.
So this was a very good thing that, we had in our school. So in
I wanted to share that I actually went to a similar school.
Really?
where they did the same. Like we prayed
What school?
Zohar. It's called Frobel School in Karachi.
what
Frobels. It's in Gulshan Iqbal.
But that's
That's
recently, right?
This recently, yeah.
That was in
1952, right after
I
Pakistan.
graduated.
Yeah.
I think matric in 1970.
Oh, wow.
Graduated in 1974. So you did just recently, probably.
Okay, great. What about? I wanted to circle back and ask you, why did your teacher choose you, like, to teach the class? What did he find special in you? What do you think?
What I think, I was probably the best in the class. I had all the answers, and she knew that I was that good. So she would stay in the class, and she would let me lead the class.
Wow.
I said, well, I was really confidence builder from day one. How many kids that you think that they teach kindergarten class when they just started themselves?
That's crazy. That's
I couldn't bring myself, but alhamdulillah, that was good. That was a good start.
I'm sure. I think I've experienced something similar, but not that crazy. But I'm sure that gives you a great confidence when you go further in life. You carry that forward into all the your scholastic life and then everything outside, like when you talk to relatives, did you feel like that contributed towards your confidence outside of class?
Of course,
Talking to your
if you are
parents.
leading in the class, you have that confidence that you can, if you can do this, you can do a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So also when we went into after kindergarten, the primary classes, over there also. I remember in our 7th, 8th, 9th classes, we have science as one of the subject.
Mm-hmm.
And my drawing was so good, the teacher will tell me, what you draw here, draw it on the board, so they can all see how to draw it. So I drew the whole thing on the board. And in the beginning, it was all co-education. Girls and boys were in the same class.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to call me genius. I don't know what the genius meant even at that time, what genius was. I said, okay, genius. So that's when I first learned, the word genius. So alhamdulillah, I did good, in my school.
Mm-hmm.
And then in sports also, I was active in sports in the school.
Yeah.
And, in the street also. We used to play cricket on the street, gilli danda, and all the other stuff, So I have a good childhood,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what is the first thought you remember where your inclination towards business started? Like,
See, Mehman,
the first moment.
I'm a Mehman.
Mm-hmm.
In Karachi, most of the Mehmans are businessmen. It's in their gut or whatever you want to call it, it's in there. I don't like taking orders, so I never wanted to do a job. I did work. I worked for the bank and did other work, but I never liked to take the order. I would tell them when I walk in, you want something done? Just let me know. Don't order me anything. I don't take orders. You get more done from me by just asking me, and I'll take care of it. So I worked for a restaurant also back here in San Francisco. After I start, I told the boss. The boss is Italian, very nice guy. Tell me anything you want done, just let me know, and I'll take care of it. But please do not order me. He said, okay, no problem. I used to help him do his work.
Wow.
I used to help Metro D do his work and still do what I'm supposed to do. I was doing double duty at the same time, and they never told me what to do.
Wow. In
that particular restaurant, I was the only one. Not the only one. Most of the time, I was the one that who will be. There used to be a senator in California. His name was Alan Cranston.
Okay.
He would come to the restaurant, and boss tell me, you know what this is? I said, no. He's Senator Alan Cranston. Take care of him. Then Joe Montana, he used to come also over there. He would tell me, okay, you take care of him. So anybody very well known, they tell me, okay, Barbara Streisand, and a bunch of other people, they will come there, you're taking care of them. So I had the confidence, I know how to take care of people, how to please my customers at that time. But even when I was working in the restaurant, there used to be, I was in this particular restaurant called Waterfront, right by the water. I was hired as a busboy. They don't hire waiters.
Right.
I said, okay. I wanted to work as a waiter so I can make good money, but in this restaurant, we don't hire waiters. Only busboy, you work your way up. So I had 5, 6 people ahead of me who were ready to be promoted to the waiter. I was the first one who got promoted.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, what led to that? Like, how do you get to it?
What happened was they used to have a competition. I don't want to go back into wine. They have a special wine that whoever sells the most wine, he will get the reward or whatever. I said, okay. All the waiters have probably 5 shifts, 5 days. I only have 2 or 3 shifts. I sold more than everybody. You sold more than everybody? Yeah. What the hell did you do? I said, I sold everybody the special. I have to selling. I did the selling. So people were happy, and there used to be a customer whom I waited on once. There was a couple, older couple. And I waited on them, took care of them. They were very happy. They left me 3 times the tip they will use usually. And the second time when they came, I wasn't there. It was my day off. They still left me $20 tip. I said, give it to Mohammad.
Yeah.
He said, why? I said, I don't know. Go ask him. He said, can I have this customer? I said, go, get it. So, you have to be people pleasing, to get ahead. And you have to be smart enough to know what to do when and what not to do when. So there are a lot of things you learn, as you grow. And that guy told me, start your own business. I said, what? Yes, start your own business. I guarantee you, you will succeed. I said, I don't know. I have never started a business. I said, start. You will succeed. I said, okay.
Here you are. Here you
And
are.
here I am.
Cool. Awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's great
so
to hear.
The confidence comes with when you meet people like this.
Mhm.
They say, believe me, you have what it takes to be a successful businessman.
Yeah.
And I tried different things, but eventually I got on track.
Right. Right. Let's take you back to what year did you come here? Or come over here?
1975,
19. How old were you back then?
25.
25. What led to you being able to come out here? How
I
did that
came here-
conversation go with your parents, and how did preparation?
Some of my friends,
Mm-hmm.
they already came here. And back then, I used to be an educational counselor who would get them the visas from Canada and America.
Oh,
I
wow.
would help them. I used to have working with a travel agent in Metropole Hotel in Karachi. I had my desk. People will come. I would show them. I would have the application form with me before they even can get it. I already had it. So I would tell them, okay, here's a form. Apply it. Do this, do this, do this, and do this. And then I also went to American consulate for my English.
Mhm.
I said, I want to improve my English. So I took advanced English. I passed that too. I used to work for a bank, and after the bank hours, I'll go to my classes.
Wow.
And I did that too, because I want to make sure when I come here, I am at least prepared or halfway prepared. I don't know what I'll be facing when I come here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be ready. So you do what you have to do, and hopefully things fall in place.
That's amazing. Because I remember a similar story, because I came here when I was 19, and I kind of knew that I always wanted this to be my eventual goal, to be able to come out here. And I remember paying like special thought to putting in special effort into getting my English right before I'm able to come out here. And that's very, like, I can relate to that you try to prepare for the ship that you're trying to jump into.
Yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
took postgraduate English
Mhm.
in American consulate
Wow.
in Karachi.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
that was an experience.
Wow. And did you get to see any American people there, or just
Well,
Pakistani?
we were in classes. We were not going into the consulate.
Oh, okay.
It's an area in the consulate was
Mhm.
designated for these classes, and I did my classes and did good.
Right. So, what kind of visa did you come here as a student, or
Yeah, I
what?
came as a student to
Okay.
Canada, went to college,
Mm-hmm.
then came over here. I said I'm going to stay here because I didn't like the weather in Toronto. Too cold for me.
I know.
I cannot take. I can bear the heat, but it's very difficult for me to bear the cold.
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed there for a year and a half. Then I came
Mhm.
over here.
And then what
Then
happened?
I took a job, and now I'm looking for the business.
You took a job in San Francisco.
No, first I took a job in Texas.
Okay.
One day I was working in a restaurant as a waiter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Ramada Inn. And a gentleman comes over, sits on the counter. I'm serving him. He said, oh, what a good weather. I said, you out of your mind, I'm sweating in the damn AC. You calling this good weather? He said, no. I just came from San Francisco. Nice breeze, palm trees, beaches, this and that. I said, sit down here. Tell me everything. I told my other guys, yeah, you take care of the other customers. I need to talk to this guy.
Mm.
So he explained to me. At the end of the day, I quit. Took the ticket, went to San Francisco.
That's
Picked up my
Wow.
bag. I said, I'm leaving.
that's the definition of an action taker.
You have to take action.
Right.
Because you're young, you can take chance. Can I take chances at this age? No, it will be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. That's so. Right now, like, I'm looking at your journey up till the point of you becoming a waiter. Like, you're very good at talking. You've like experienced leadership, and you have a lot of like initiative and action in you. Like, and you always probably had that the whole time you're on your journey. You're working jobs up till this point, but you have that in the back of your mind that you want to start a business. Correct?
No, definitely, because I don't like. See, if I'm doing the work, somebody else is benefiting. I'm only getting $5 an hour, or $10 an hour, or $15 an hour. That's max I'm gonna get. But if I'm my own business, if I have to take a chance, I have to take some risk. While I was not married, I said this is the time to take some risk. So I was looking for different kind of business, one that I can fit in.
Mm.
So I started something.
So how did your story go? You were at the restaurant. You're working at the San Francisco restaurant, and
No, I was
where
in
does your
I was
story
in
go?
Houston. From there, I
Mhm.
left. I went to San Francisco,
Mhm.
and there I took a job here and there. I was looking for a job in a restaurant because that was my experience.
Mhm.
Busboy, manager, maitre d' manager. I have done all of this.
Right.
So, so I was looking for a job, and I found this restaurant. I applied for different places, and they called me for interview. I went there, and they said, "We'd like to hire you, but we don't hire waiters." I said, "I want to be waiter." He said, "You have to start as a busboy, and you are in line." So I said, "Okay, I'll get in line." And get in line, and before there were 4 or 5 guys ahead of me in line to be waiter, and I was promoted to a waiter before all of those guys. The reason was there was a guy, his name was Gary,
Mhm.
and the owner, his name was Al. They
Okay.
were both Italian. It was his uncle.
Mhm.
So he used to be the waiter, and as a busboy, I used to do the work for him that only waiter can do. A busboy, busboy can do, but waiter would, they would not do waiter's work. For example, get the drink from the bar, take the order from the customer, turn the order in, bring the food out, serve it, do everything, and he would just relax because he knows I'm taking care of the whole thing.
Mm.
And I think at the end of the day, all the busboys will get paid 15% of the tip the waiter makes. I used to get 20%. And he said, "I can give you 25." I said, "No, 20 is good."
Yeah.
Because I used to do most of his work.
Mhm.
And I was the only one allowed to go to the bar and get the drinks. So I used to
Yeah.
call the drink, get the order, pick it up, do everything. And he was like, "Why the hell you allow him to do this?" But he was, the cousin
The nephew.
of the owner. So
Right.
nobody said anything. He said, "No, you do, don't worry. If there's anything, you come to me. I'll take care of that."
Cool. Yeah.
And then what happens was,
Mhm.
I was the second Pakistani there. There was another guy, his name was Akbar,
Mhm.
Akbar Huda. He used to work there also. There was only other Pakistani. All the others were American, mostly American, maybe a Mexican here and there.
Mhm.
So what I did, I hired 10 of my Pakistani brothers. Before they would land in San Francisco, their time card was already made.
No way.
My boss authorized me, I can bring anybody, hire anybody I want. Because he knew what I was doing and how much
Yeah.
work I used to do. I used to do maybe two or three times the work the other guy would do. So he knew, what I could do. So he said, "You have somebody?" I said, "I'll bring some 8, 9, 10 people." Then it got overcrowded, so I left. From San Francisco, I left San Francisco, and then someone said, "Oh, go to LA, it's very nice." I said, "Okay." I hired a little trailer,
Mhm.
in the back from U-Haul, put my stuff in there, and drove. One of our friends came with me. I don't know where to even go. So I exited on 10 freeway, I exit Bundy.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was looking for the places, apartment. I found an apartment, and what's his name? I was in LA, and then started looking for work. Eventually, I found something.
What did you find? What was your first job here?
When I got here, my first job was at a pinball place where they roll the balls. You get 5 in a row for a month or so while I'm looking for the job. I want to have something, to do. So I stayed there for a month or so. I found my job as a busboy in the waterfront restaurant, and after that, I got promoted to waiter 3 shifts, 4, 5 full shifts. Then the owner bought another restaurant. He said, "You're gonna run this." So I ran that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking, something to have my own business. Because like I told you before,
Right.
this guy who came, he said, "Get you into your business, you will succeed. I guarantee you that. Don't worry about it." So I was looking one after the other. And eventually I started tinting windows.
For residential or
Commercial.
cars?
No, commercial auto.
Auto windows. Okay.
Because when I was working for this French restaurant, the owner became a good friend of mine. After the shift is over, we would sit down and play cards in the restaurant, and then he would take me out for dinner into different restaurants in Beverly Hills every other day or whatever.
Uh-huh.
"Let's go, I want to treat you." So I became good friends, and he used to live in Malibu, right by the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So once in a while I would stay at his place. He had a family, he had a wife and 2 kids. So once in a while I would stay there. Then his restaurant closed down, and then he went to another restaurant in Beverly Hills on Wilshire and Camden, pretty good sized place. And over there, I was waiter, and I was looking. There was a girl who used to work as a maitre d' in his first restaurant. It was a girl from Belgium. The owner was from Belgium. And she had a boyfriend who was also from Belgium. And during the day, he will come to the restaurant, have a drink. So I asked him one time, what the hell do you do? Most of the time you're sitting here. How do you make a living? He said, I do window tinting. I didn't even know what that was. I said, what is window tinting? He explained to me, da 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 da. He said, you know what? I want you to go to Beverly Hills, some of the car dealers. You go talk to them, get business from them, and we'll be partners. I said, okay. I got my first business card made. And what I would do, if I'm driving, at the signal, if I see a limousine and his windows are not tinted, I'll park my car, run over, give him the business card, come back and drive. I have done so many times. I didn't get much business from there. But one day I was getting ready for my lunch shift in the restaurant in Wilshire and Camden. So the limousine came and parked in front of the restaurant. I went over there. Chauffeur was there. I gave him my business card. Then I went in and got busy with my lunch shift. I'm busy working, and the owner comes to me, hey, there's a nice girl looking for you. I said, I don't know any nice girl. Who is this? He said, see, she has a limousine, and she has your card, business card. Oh, yeah? I said, let me go talk to her. I went to talk to her. She opened the diary. Look, I was supposed to call today summer for the window tinting for my 2 limousines. So she asked me, how much do you charge? I don't know. I've never done a car, so I don't know what to tell her. I had to throw a number on the spot. I said 200 each, because we want to do the back window and 2 side windows and 1 little wing window. Okay, when can you do it? I said, I'm very busy. I cannot do it for at least 2 weeks. If you can wait, fine. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I'll wait. Now I have to gain some experience in this 2 weeks. So I'm ready to do her car.
Right.
So I went to my friends, who wants to get window tinting done? Oh, no way. It's too expensive. We can't afford it. I said, $50 for your car. You want it? I said, yeah. Okay. But before that, after doing this, these 2 limousines, I eventually went to work for the company where this Belgium guy was working. So I went over there and said, yeah, I know window tinting. I have done at least 1 car. I want 2 limousines.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I know how to do it. But before that, before I went to work, when I was trying to gain experience I can do these limousines, I went over there and said, there was a Spanish guy who was working there. Hey, what's your name? Okay, good. How long have you been working over here? Oh, so long. Are you good? I'm very good. What percentage did you get paid, to do the window tinting on the cars? I get 30%. The rest goes to the boss. He supplies the film and everything else. How about if I give you 35%? Oh, yeah, I'm ready. But you have to show me what kind of work you do. Okay, I'll come in the evening. This is my address, and show me how you can do. Well, let me look at the quality of your work. He said, okay. Then later on, I called him. Hey, can you buy the film from your place? I didn't have the film either.
Right.
No tools, nothing. I said, buy the film. I'll pay you. He bought the film, came over with his tools. He did the installation of 1 window, 1 of my car, 2 side windows, and 1 back window, and I was ready. So I went to talk to my friend. They said, okay, $50, who wants it? So one guy said, okay, $50, I'll get it. I want you to do my windows.
Yeah.
So I practiced on his car. Then I was ready, did the limousine. It was tough. I told them I'll finish both limousines in 1 day. I barely finished 1 in a day. And she blocked both limousines because she thought I'll finish it. I said, I'm sorry, it took more time. I want to do a good job. So, okay, no, don't worry, it's fine. We'll schedule the other one. We schedule the next one for another 2 weeks later so I can gain some more experience. So that's how I did my first, And when I went to work for this guy, I used to do cars for the others. Now I know how to do it. And there was a Muslim guy came over. He had a limousine business. So after I did his car, we get to know each other. He said, I got other cars. You want to come and do mine? I said, okay. And when I did his limousines, then he did his house window, all the house windows. He sent me to another friend of his in Pasadena, did his house windows, and got a bunch of business from there. So what I did after that, once I started making money, while I was working for this guy, I think it's Transparent Window Company, something, but what the name was. So I was working over there. The rest of the installers were all Spanish. So every Friday,
Okay.
he will give us a paycheck. Hey, you made so much. I used to get paid by square foot. If it's a small window, you get paid per each window.
Okay.
So first Friday, he tells me, Mohammed, okay, Jose, you make 350. Here you go. Angel, you make so much. Here you go. My turn came. You made 380. I said, no. I made $495.33. He said, what? He said, yeah. Monday I went to this guy's house. I did so many square foot, so many windows, so many square foot times so much is this much. So many windows times this much, so much. So Monday I made so much. Tuesday I went over there. I did this, and this. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my total is this. And they're looking at me. What the hell is this guy? I said, I know my math. I told him that. I know my math. I can see it. He gave me my check.
Yeah.
And all the Spanish guys were looking. They never questioned him. He said, what do you tell? What do you do? I said, I got paid for what I did. I wasn't going to let him, cheat me, because apparently he was cheating, but he was short paying everybody. I said, no, you're not going to do that to me.
Right.
So then I went to do a Hyatt hotel in the City of Commerce. Yeah, Hyatt hotel in the City of Commerce. The manager my boss told me, this film is very expensive. When you're done, I talked to the manager, put him in his room. Okay. When I get done, I went to the room. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. What's your name? Suleiman. What's your name? Mohammad Yaseen. He said, sit down. He called the work. Bring some chai. Biscuit and all that. We sat and talked. We became good friends.
Oh, yeah.
And down the street, there was a Holiday Inn.
Okay.
He said, they want windows done over too. There's a lot of windows, whole side. Okay. He sent me over there. I gave him a price. I think it was $4,916 was my bill.
Wow.
I did the job, got my money. And first thing I did, I went to the distributor. I want to buy a whole bunch of boxes of film that go auto film and commercial film also. So I bought as many boxes I could buy from the 4,816.
Wow.
I used to live in a studio apartment. My apartment was about a little bit bigger than this room. The films were all the way, wherever there was spot, I put the film. Any job I do, I buy more film. And then I told the other installers, hey, you want film? Come buy from me. You can come 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I like to do that, because during the day, if I go, I cannot do my work. They come and start, buy a roll here, 2 rolls here. So I make 20, 30, 40 bucks on each roll. I said, this is a good business. Without doing anything, I'm making money. So the more I grew, I started buying more and more films. And then what happened was, I said, I need to spot where I can do this. So at the border of Beverly Hills, on Pico and Robertson, there was a upholstery shop. There was an old guy named Kenny. So I went to him and said, hey, can I use your corner to do my tinting? I'll pay you. We made a deal. And he has some shelves on the top. I start filling all his shelves with my film. I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm selling this film also. When the business is slow, I sell this. No, he wasn't upset or something. He was getting his share. So that went on for a year or so. But the thing is, the window tinting business is good in summer. But in winter or rain, you have no business. So I said, you have to branch out, do something, because we make good money. I make good money in summer, but I'm spending in winter. So what happened was, there was another guy who used to do window tinting. He came to me once. I used to do installation for him also. He picked up job, I will install, I get my cut, he get his. So we have a relationship going on. I would sell him film, he would send me some other stuff. One day he comes and says, you know what, there's a big piece of glass, probably 7, 8 feet by 8, 9 feet, too big. Can you handle that? Can you replace it? Oh yeah, I can handle that. Can you give me a price? I said, give me a day or two, I'll give you the price. So down the street, half a block away, there was a glass shop, Beverly Hills glass shop. There were a bunch of Mexicans working there. I went there, hey, I have a big piece of glass. This is the approximate size. How much are you going to charge me? They told me so much. So I told the other guy, I want to charge $1,400 for this piece of glass. He went and told the dealership. They said, okay. When can you do it? I'm busy right now. When I went there, the guys were Mexican, Spanish guys were all gone. I said, who's going to do my glass? So I was worried trying to talk bunch of people. Anybody can do it, but you need 3-4 guys to do a big piece glass like that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I talked to the auto glass guy, Kenny. I said, hey, I have a situation here. What do you think I should do? No big deal. There's a Terry Sandergrass, forgot his name. He comes, he's my salesman who sells me the auto glass. I'll talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring him to you. He came, he brought him to me. Hey, this is my situation. No big deal. There's a company, I forgot the name. They would do work for only the glass companies for the job that they cannot do. The glass is too big. They only 1-man operation, 2-man operation. They cannot do it. They will contact to them. They will do it. They will tell you how much it is. You pay them. You collect your money.
Subcontractor,
okay.
pretty
much.
much.
Subcontractor, yeah. So I called them. Yeah, I have a glass here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What they will tell, okay, we're going to go measure it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you the price. If you accept the price and we do the job, you pay us that. If you don't do the job, you don't get the job, we charge you $35 for each job that we go and check for you. So I have to take my chances. Again, I said, okay. So I did the job, $1,400, made good money, gave some to the other window tinting guy. He was very, very, very old. I said, this is good business. I didn't do nothing and I got $1,400. I like that. So what I did then after that, I said, how do I get business? Yellow page was only name of the game at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I put quarter page ad, which was very expensive, and bunch of telephone directories.
Okay.
My bill was high, so I was breaking even, wasn't making money.
Right.
I said, okay, as long as it's growing, that's fine. Then a while later, there was not a shopping center, but a corner spot. There were about 8-10 storefronts.
Like a shopping plaza?
It wasn't a shopping plaza. There was not parking, but 8-10 stores in the corner.
Okay.
There was maybe small little parking in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, I do this from here. Give me a price. I gave him a price. We got the job. First job for $20,000. Approximately $20,000. Wow. I said, oh, that's good.
Wow. Wait, how did they get in touch with you? Did you just walk up to them?
They were a 2-store next to me.
Wow.
And I see work going on, so I went, hey, what are you doing? You're putting a new storefront. Okay, I can do that. That's my business. Here's my card. Give us a price. I give the price. I didn't know how to price that. I kept it low because I wanted the job. Mm-hmm. So I got the job. Wow. Now I have to hire people because I don't know how to do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to buy the material. Nothing. Where to get the glass. None of that stuff.
Right.
I got one job for $20,000. Then I don't know how I got to this another hotel on the Holiday Inn or something. And they have a requirement to replace a whole bunch of little piece of glass about 2 foot by 8 foot.
Okay.
The fire department said these glass has to breakable in case of fire so people can kick it, break it, and get out.
Okay.
I took the job for under $20,000. I said, good, I got 2 jobs for $20,000. So for that one, you need to do this job from the scaffolding from the outside. And sometime in the afternoon, the wind is blowing like crazy. So we used to work from 7 o'clock to 2:30, whatever, put the swing stage down. Mm-hmm. So I hired 2 white boys to do my installation of the storefront next to my
next to your store.
Next to the store. Mm-hmm. So I talked to them. Hey, I have another job here. What do you think? You can do this? I took them there and showed them. Oh yeah, no big deal. One guy was very, very, outgoing. I can do anything. I said, okay, this is what it is. I made a deal with them. How much you gonna pay them? And then we started removing the screws. It was very, very old. Took forever and a half to remove the screws. But anyways, we replaced all the glass. They were necessary. Collect another $20,000. I said, I'm ready for a store. I started looking for a store.
Yeah.
I found a place about 2,100 square feet on the corner of Highland and Venice and Highland. Mm-hmm. I rented the place for about $1,800 a month. I said, now if I have to succeed, I have to bring somebody who knows how to sell and manage the crew and everything. So I put an ad, hired a Spanish guy who used to have his own shop. Mm-hmm. His name was Rigoberto. Okay. Right. I hired him for about maybe $1,500 a month. He brought some good jobs. He brought a bunch of jobs, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And we hired the crew, and he would manage the jobs. Now, when he saw we're getting good business, I want to raise. What do you want? 500 more? Okay, your salary is 2,000 now a month.
Mm-hmm.
He brought more work, more work, more work. I want to raise 2,500 a month.
Wow.
I want more. After we got more work, I see money is coming in, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who's bringing in.
Yeah.
I don't mind. You have to pay the guy who brings the business. $33,000. Okay, not a problem.
33,000?
No, 3,000 a
Oh,
month.
okay.
From 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. Then it went to 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
And I also hired his wife, to do the office work. It was
Right.
not much, but at least I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So at 3,500, then the business slowed down a little bit. I said, you know what? I have to use the same formula I used for me. I said, now we have to go down a little bit. I said, okay, 35 to 30. So still business didn't pick up much. I said, hey, one more
Right.
time,
Mm-hmm.
25.
Mm-hmm.
When I told him one more time, he threw the key from the back gate and he left.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, okay. By then, I have learned enough to do the sale and do a
Yourself.
whole bunch of stuff that he was doing because I was active.
Mm-hmm.
We picked up one job on the corner of Overland and Washington. So one was on the corner, but there was an apartment building that was just going up.
Okay.
And they wanted to have some mirrors installed on the wall around the pool area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any laws. We installed it. And later on, somebody told me, you know what? This mirror is very dangerous. I said, why? Somebody slips, hit it, the brake will break in a big chunk. If it breaks in a big chunk, could somebody's hand, could cut somebody's hands or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I didn't know that. Anyway, so this same company, I became the glass company that will do all their work. There are a whole bunch of apartment buildings going on.
Oh, wow.
There was one going on close to airport, 600 units.
Wow.
I put mirror in every room, every bathroom. In the dining room, we'll put 3 pieces of mirror and put a bevel strip.
Mm-hmm.
Every room, 600 rooms. Then he has 3 or 4 stories, all has storefronts on this side, front and back. We did those also.
Wow.
So he would give me all his work. So I told him, you know what, keep me honest. He said, what do you mean? I said, I want to give you a set price. So much a square foot
Mm-hmm.
for the storefront, so much for the door, so much for the electric lock, so much for electric strike, so much for lever handle, so much for this, and this, times 12, so many this, times 4, times 8, mirrors, so much per square foot. I'll give him the price. You tell the girl, give him the contract. No second bid. Give him the contract.
Wow.
I got plenty of work from this guy.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. What happened was
Mm-hmm.
they moved into a building,
Mm-hmm.
in a concrete tilt-up building. There are some old windows that he wants something to look nice. So the Spanish guy that I had at the time, I don't know, was the Spanish guy? No, I was the American Indian guy
Mm-hmm.
who used to live in Phoenix, used to drive every weekend, work 5 days and go back on Friday again. I started him also with about 2,000 or whatever, gave him 500 raise, 2,000, 25, 3,000, 35, 4,000, 45, 5,000, and then 5,200.
Mm-hmm.
I came up to 5,200.
Wow.
I didn't mind because we were
Mhm.
getting good business.
Right.
By then, I knew how to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, when you have installers, they don't have tools. I don't have this L square, I don't have the drill bit, or I don't have any part that wears out, we'll supply. But other stuff, you have to have it, all the hand tools, hammer, whatever. So I used to sell them. Because if you don't have it, that's not an excuse. Here it is, I'll take it off from your. Because I know what I paid, so I'll take it off from there. But at least I don't have to supply that.
Mm-hmm.
And they cannot use that as an excuse. I don't have it. Instead of 2 hours, they will take 4 hours to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So my place got full so much that we had no place to walk in the back. We used to walk on top of the aluminum.
Wow.
There was so much aluminum. And my roof was all full of aluminum. That much aluminum. So we used to walk, and the guy said, I'm looking for that, can I find it? Okay, go over there, look underneath, look to the left, and right there you'll find it. How the hell do you know? I said, I know because my money's sitting there. So I knew where my stuff was. I would tell them, and they were surprised. How can you remember all little things?
Mm-hmm.
You want this kind of screw? Go over there, do this, and you'll find it there.
It's crazy.
So, alhamdulillah, it was good. So, from that place, That was about 2,100 square feet. I bought that place from the owner who lives across the street.
Wow.
And the deal I made with him, I said, listen, I don't pay interest, but I like to have it. I like to buy it from you. Oh yeah, he has some other businesses too, other properties. So we made a deal. I paid him off on the price. I was paying $1,800, the same money I was paying in rent. I was paying it towards the mortgage. 3.5 years, I paid it full, and it was mine.
Wow.
It didn't cost me anything. And that I sold it maybe later on, over 200, 250, whatever. After a while, I bought it for 75,000.
Wow. Crazy.
No, you have to improvise and make deals.
Yeah. Yeah. Always like
Nobody's gonna give you on a platter. You have to figure out how to make things work for you. It's not easy. You get lucky, you get something like that, you know. And then I made enough money. I bought another place on Washington Boulevard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I bought that.
What year are we talking about?
I don't remember the year.
90s,
80. I started this. Probably stayed in that building for maybe 5, 6, 7 years. 85, 86, 87. I don't know. Then I bought the other one. And once I'm doing this, I'm not content. Because when I buy my storefront framing, doors, and hardware, I'm buying from somebody else. I want to be in their place. So I make double the money. So I can sell it to myself and sell it to the other, just like I used to sell the film.
Right.
I want to sell the storefront system also, and the doors and hardware and all that. Well, it took a while. Eventually, opportunity came. I made a deal with a manufacturing company. I bought their storefront line, all their storefront material, and we started. But before we go too far, they filed chapter. They filed bankruptcy.
Oh, no way.
Now, part of my material is with the anodizer, part of it with the painter, part is in my warehouse, and I'm paying rent, a bunch of guys working, and no sales. Because I don't have enough parts for each system to sell it.
Right.
Anyway, that didn't go too well. From there, I moved to Anaheim, did the same thing, but this time I have the material to sell. I'm still looking because that thing didn't work out.
Did you have to like sell the old on Washington?
The building?
The one building, yeah.
Yeah, building also in Washington building also, because then I have money to buy my material, machinery, and all of that.
So your business shut down, or what happened?
No, when we got this line, storefront line from this company who filed bankruptcy, I was stuck. I don't have all the system. But this guy wants money, but I have no system.
Right.
There's nobody in the back to produce my system. So I said, let it go.
Just let it go.
I started with somebody else. I tell them, you have to make my dies. You have to do all of this. They supply the dies and material. And I got started. So slowly, we weren't that big because you need a lot of money to jump into this business. It's not that easy.
Yeah. Sure.
It's not that easy. These people are there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They're doing how are you going to compete against these guys? But right now, I can compete. I know how to compete.
Yeah.
I'm working on something, but I'm not going to go into that.
Amazing. You've got a great story. Let me ask you. So I hear your story, and I hear like that throughout, like ever since childhood, you got a bunch of feedback from you had more intelligence and more of a like an action taker personality. And you got feedback first from your kindergarten teacher, then from your other peers, then from your clients at the restaurants, your business owner friend, and then your limousine lady, and then business partners and stuff like that. It seems like a common theme where you were positively reinforced for your capabilities by the world. So do you think there might be other people who in this world who have the same capabilities, but they're not probably getting, because you're very blessed that you did get the positive reinforcement, but some people might not.
A lot of people have ability, but they're scared.
Yeah.
To take a chance is not that easy.
Okay.
You're betting on yourself. At least you're betting on yourself and not on somebody else. And if you know yourself that you're going to succeed, or you have the drive in you, the strength, and you have that thing that's called, I will do whatever it takes to succeed. If you don't have that, don't go in the business. If you have that in you, I'll do whatever it takes. And then if it's 6 days, 5 days, 7 days, I'll work sometimes till 2 o'clock at night. Start again first thing in the morning. And now if I don't want to work, I don't have to work.
Mm.
If I want to sleep in the morning, I'll sleep in the morning. If I do something, I'll go on computer, do my stuff, and then let my son take care of it. I'll tell him what to do, how to do, and all that. So it's a long way. It's not something very simple. But my basic thing was that if I'm in the business, I want to make money without doing anything. If you tell somebody, how can you do that? I know how to do that. I have done it all this time. I'll make money before even starting a job. I'm not going to go there. Maybe I can write a book and put that in there. They will sell probably a lot, but I know how to do that.
Yeah.
I've told some people, but people don't pay attention. But not everybody is smart enough. I have seen a lot of people, they hand to mouth, do little work here, little work there. They're happy, go home, collect little money, that's it. But in order to be on a larger scale, it takes courage, and the money.
Right.
It takes courage and the money.
Mm-hmm.
So what I have plans right now, that will take a lot of money.
Right.
But sometimes you find investors, other times you can't. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have in mind, once I get going, we will definitely do very good.
Wow. Hopefully, inshallah.
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 Yeah.
One last question.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, let's say like there must be like some kids watching this, like people in high school who are ready to go to college or maybe not going to college, and they're ready to make that jump into, and then at this point in life, they need to decide whether how am I going to live my life? Like, is it going to be a business life or a job life? And what kind of words could you give them?
Business is not for everybody. If everybody did the business, who will be working? There will be no employees.
Very true.
So,
But
some people have that in them. They're willing to take a chance. They have support, whether family support or whatever, because you need funds. Like say if you have no income, if your family is supporting you, you can take a chance.
mm-hmm.
If you have a family and you have no income, how would you survive? So at that point, they say, no, I cannot take a chance. I want my paycheck.
Right.
So if you are at a certain stage where you're going to school, high school, whatever, and you don't have the responsibility of supporting the family, that's the time to decide and check the market and go into the business. But you have to learn, do your homework, do the research, and find out what kind of edge can you have over the others so you will succeed quickly.
Right.
Not everybody can jump in and say, I have an edge. I know I have a lot of edge on what I'm doing. Not anybody can compete. If I start something, I know, for example, in an aluminum storefront system, you have one shape called wall jamb that goes against the wall, that has a pocket in there. They sell that piece for about $140, for example.
Okay.
Right? And they have probably 30% markup, 40% markup. I can sell the same piece for $10 less and make more profit than he is making. So I know he cannot compete with me. Because when my price goes down, and all the glass shops, they're buying and installing it for the customers. If the cost is high, they make less. So if you find somebody who's selling the same piece, same quality, maybe a little better quality, because I want to make sure the quality is better. They cannot say it's cheap quality. I'll tell them mine is better. I can prove it, mine is better, and theirs is cheaper. And cheaper. Where do you think all these guys are going to go? It will take time for the word to get out, but I know I'm expecting there will be a lineup at my place once I'm ready.
Once you're ready.
So in order to go into business, you have to know, do you have it in you? Are you willing to sacrifice? Because sometimes you have to have long hours. And you have to do your study to understand what it is. And what can you do so you have an edge. If you have an edge in the market, you succeed. So it's not going to happen overnight,
Well,
So you have to figure out a way. If this guy is selling for $3, this particular product, and his cost is $1.50, how can I get it for $1.40 so I can sell it for 10 cents less? He has to do a lot of research, go to shows, do this. He has to check a lot of places out. He will find something eventually. And then when he finds it, he has to check to make sure it has quality. The source is reliable. So you cannot just go into business, open a shop, quality is good, but no supply tomorrow. What are you going to do? You're out of business already.
yeah.
So you have to do some research. Then you take your chance. And you feel comfortable. Yes, I can do this. You have the funds to do it. or you have the knowledge, or you can buy material on 30 days term or whatever. So there's a lot that goes into it. You cannot just become a businessman overnight. It's not that simple. But if it's in you, you will find the way. You will find the way. Definitely find the way.
Right.
And that's where you make money. You make more money in business than working with somebody else.
Right.
For somebody else, going to give you $20, $30. You're not going to give you $100 unless you're worth that much. But of course, the rest of the money is going to him because he has taken the chance. He has done the business. He has done the marketing and everything. And so, of course, he's going to make money. And he is taking the chance of losing it also.
Yeah.
So, one thing we Muslims know, Prophet ﷺ said, 9/10 of the risk is in business.
Yeah.
9/10. That's 90%. How can you go wrong? But you have to find the proper business where you feel comfortable, where you think you can handle it, where you think you can be there tomorrow and day after tomorrow to service your clientele, whatever you're doing. It could be service business, it could be manufacturing, it could be any business, consulting, whatever. You have to understand what you're doing, and you're good at your game. So you always try to learn more and more and more, educate yourself. So you're not like other guy who only knows a little bit, and it's you who knows a whole lot. There's a big difference between the two.
The competitors.
And it's a hard work. But once it's like you're climbing a hill. You're going uphill, 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 uphill. It takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
But once you reach the top, what are you going to do? And go downhill. Now you have to hold yourself. It's the other way around. If you go too fast, you're going to
go down.
You flip and maybe go down the hill
Right.
without any effort. You will go by yourself. So thing is, this uphill flight is the hard one. You go on the top, and you have to hold on the rein, go slow. And eventually, you made it. Now you're able to buy a house, you have a good family, you have nice cars and all that. But for that, you have to pay the price and make sure you succeed in whatever you're doing. It's a lot of work and hard work. But listen, there are too many people who are doing business. They're only doing it, they're not making it. So there's room for everyone. But you have to have it in yourself. Are you willing to do it? If you have the answer is yes. Not yes, yeah, I'm ready to do it. No. Do you have it in you? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?
Right.
So
Nice.
that's what it is. So anybody needs help, I might be able to consult,
Yeah.
if I have time.
Okay, I understand. So you're pretty much saying how people should look within themselves and see if they've got it in themselves.
Yeah, whatever
And
it takes.
you got to look inside yourself and come up to that decision. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great having you. And to our audience, if any of you are investors looking for investment or something, Mr. Yaseen has a great opportunity. If you want to look into something, investing in terms of manufacturing, Mr. Yaseen has got something coming up.
Some ideas
that he's
not- we're
working
not
on,
discuss,
and
discuss
yeah,
here right now.
we can't discuss in full detail, but if there's anyone who has interest in it, you can reach out to us and then we'll connect you to Mr. Yaseen right here. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, my pleasure.